Well, anyway, now that I've fixed or probably haven't fixed my hair, the time is here, everybody. The time has finally come when we are going to honor our tradition, as Ben put it, a year-long tradition now. Basically, our song-by-song review of BTS's new album. Hello, everybody. I'm Ildi.
And I'm Ben.
Lovely to see you again. So this is what we are going to do. We've been doing this for how many years now? Which album was the first one that we did
Tear
this
was
way?
the first one we did, right? So is it 2, 3 years? 2, right? I don't know how old Tear is.
Oh my. I mean, in all fairness, 2020 feels like it's been, 10 years just scrammed into one. But anyway, apparently it's like, yeah, it's 2 or 3 years. And I remember the Tear album because I remember writing some subtitles to our videos, and I wasn't able to decide the Tear song, the RMJ Hope and Sugar one, if the lyrics were like medieval torture or just a general BTS lyric, because it was so much suffering. Then I couldn't decide, right? Anyway, so we arrived to the latest album. And just for a start, guys, as far as I know, Ben, you haven't listened to the album, right?
No, I've just heard the title track. That's all I've heard of it.
I haven't even heard the title track. I only heard like the chorus, which I was already singing, and Ben, you were getting suspicious.
Yeah, I was like, she's heard this song then.
But like, you couldn't escape. Like, obviously, my Instagram is full of K-pop and BTS content, so this is. But I managed to hold myself back, so I haven't seen the music video, and I only heard the chorus. So we are going into this blind. We have our notes, and we have some reviews opened as well on my computer, so hopefully we can get you guys a comprehensive look on how the world perceives this album and how we look at it. Okay, so live goes on. Do you have the music video on already?
I do indeed. I'm ready when you are. We've got the
Okay,
big
brilliant.
hit blobs.
I'm good. Okay, great moment. My army heart is just going to burst anyway. So 1, 2, 3. Just so excited. Seal clap.
Oh, I should probably put some subtitles on, shouldn't I? There we go.
He's taking off the mask. So far, this is like a Hyundai advert. This background beat is very interesting. This is definitely how not I look like when I wake up.
Yeah, no one usually looks this perfect when they're brushing their teeth.
Oh no. Okay, this song is way more rhythmical than I expected from the chorus.
Okay.
I thought it's going to be more laid back, but it has a nice groove.
Yep, smashing PS4 with the lads. That's what we do.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. Eating some
And
pizza.
the bonsai tree in the background. I have a bonsai tree. Thanks, RM.
Very nice. Need to get that window clean, mate. There's a blob on it.
Here's the thing, I'm waiting for some sort of like twist in the story, but maybe there isn't any. Probably there
That's the
isn't,
bit you've
right?
heard.
This is just like the happier version of the I Need You music video scene. Less auto-tune! Woo! I know, it just makes me happy that I hear less auto-tune.
Yeah. It's not Robo Sugar like it usually is these days.
Okay. Where is he going? Now I'm getting very curious. Oh, no!
So Olympic Stadium, is it?
Oh, Jesus. It's me crying. This is how it's gonna end up. Oh.
That's what the people want.
Oh,
Worldwide handsome in the building.
oh no, no! This is his eyes. No. This is too much for my heart. No. And the army bombs. Yes, thank you.
Why am I
It's
getting
not that I
Westlife
have an army bomb,
flashbacks?
but in my heart. Blue sky, and then RM looks up. This is an open stadium, right? This is a very chill song.
Yeah.
Oh, just smile at me, please smile. Ugh. Honestly, I'm almost pathetic, borderline pathetic, but anyway.
No, you're just a fan, you know. It's comforting for their fans.
I know, but this is great, great music video, great. Woohoo! Let's sing about all the seasons and the rain and whatever the blue sky. You know, this is how it's a very comforting message, right? Because basically what happens that like the time, even though that this probably we haven't spent summer the way we wanted to spend, for example, and especially spring in our case because we couldn't go to Korea, but there will be another season, and life goes on. I think this is just a very easy metaphor, very easy to understand. I would say very universal as well. Oh my God, look at this! What I found. This is actually from the BTS concert.
You kept the confetti.
Yeah, a confetti. Yeah. So basically, what we did when we were at Wembley, like we went down afterwards and just collected confetti.
Ah, that's nice.
And this is my BTS, my BTS notebook, because this is the one that I used when I went to the BTS conference. You see, so that's my BTS notebook. That's why I'm writing all the stuff into this. Anyway, so this is a confetti from the concert. It just makes me so happy. Oh, great. Anyway, let's talk about the music, and let's talk about the music video because otherwise it's going to be me gushing about how amazing this was, even though there was nothing special about it, like nothing really groundbreaking or unusual. And you figured out the twist in the story already when you saw the stadium, right? Is that a yes?
Maybe.
Okay,
Who knows?
well, you don't have to be that humble. You knew it already, and I was just like, why? Where is he going? Where is he going? He could go anywhere, right?
But you know, I'm MV illiterate, so I actually didn't catch that when I first watched it because I just wasn't paying attention, like usual. If there's any kind of story or message, I'm not going to catch it. But yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Because this was a simple message, and I almost worked differently because I was used to so many complicated messages. So I was looking for the hints for something more complex. It was just a very simple message. You know, we miss performing, we miss the chance to meet our fans, we're missing the chance to meet ARMY, etc., etc. Like, you know, obviously, like it's very relatable to every artist who are not able to see their fans these days, right? And it works both ways. But like, since I was looking for something, you know, grand, I missed the simplicity. I was like, what is just like in the background? Why is he driving? It must be some sort of meaning to this, you know. Okay, but when it comes to the message, I think it was very lovely, and I did notice one thing, that it was the same house that they used for IU's music video, E8, the IU's music video. It was the same house that they used.
Nice.
So that's cool. That's very cool. I think that was a great song, by the way. I really like that song. I think nice. It just fits her so well. But that's a different story. What do you think about the song, Ben?
It's fine.
What do you make of it?
It's comfortable. I can see why BTS fans are in love with this, and they're like, it's like their quarantine anthem. Because it is that message of hope where right now you might be spending a lot of time with your pillow or your table or whatever, but eventually you'll be looking at the blue sky, you'll be outside, you'll be seeing BTS. But yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's nice to have less auto tune, but I still don't particularly like how they harmonize the chorus. But that's just me.
Hmm.
Like still think the song's better than a lot of what they've recently put out, in my opinion at
I
least.
think I think I found it very interesting because on the harmonies, I do find it interesting. I have to listen to this again because, as I told you guys in the beginning, this is my absolute first time listening to this. So this will take me like I don't know 100 more listening to catch all the little glimpses of it, and also using the amazing YouTube creators who do the hidden vocal videos because that's my favorite. But anyway, I found it interesting. It wasn't necessarily about the harmonies. It's almost like individual riff runs and riffs and whatever going on top of each other. So it wasn't necessarily like, okay, so this is big. It's almost like with their singing, they each told their individual feeling um, about like how musically, meaning musically, about how they feel about this certain question of, okay, life will go on and like look at the sky and etc etc. So it wasn't like them necessarily coming together and relaying a common message, but trying to musically tell the story of their personal view on this while all connecting it into a one song. So I do agree with you that it wasn't necessarily the harmony that stood out the most, but I was able to hear in the background like, okay, so Jimin is hitting some crazy high notes, and I think there was one thing that I wanted to highlight in terms of the singing. J-Hope sounded really good.
Hmm.
And I think that was, he sounded particularly, especially the end of his line. I think it was a very soft way how he approached the end of the line. And I was like, okay, that sounds very nice. And I'm always a huge fan of J-Hope singing. I think that's like a missed opportunity when he's not singing. So that was definitely really good. But you said something interesting that caught my attention, which is the quarantine anthem. So,
Mm.
question for you, Ben: what is your quarantine anthem
Oh God,
so
now you're
far? Because
putting me
now
on
we
the
enter
spot.
this section. Well,
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 I haven't really had a quarantine like most people, so I don't really need to have one because my life hasn't really been affected that much.
because you're a
Cause
frontline worker. That's why.
well, I'm not a frontline worker, but I'm a healthcare worker. So because I work for the National Health Service, I've been working the entire way through. I haven't had any furlough or anything, so I've not really needed a quarantine anthem
It's
personally.
it's interesting, isn't it? Because from our channel, it's kind of like 50-50, is it? Because Zozo is an absolute like 100% frontline worker because she's a teacher. You work for the National Health Service, so you've been doing an amazing you've been doing amazing work throughout the whole thing. But that's the truth. If that's the truth, then whatever, however you want to put it, like I had the chance to work from home. That's completely different, right?
Mm.
And Xenia was the same, so she was able to work from home as well. But like it's a different experience, I guess, like for everyone. But what I was kind of curious about that I felt that in terms of Korean like music output in the past few months, there were various songs that could count as quarantine anthems, and a
Mm.
few were actually marketed that way. One thing definitely came into my mind. There was one song from Paul Kim, which I can't remember which one it was, but which was literally uh, was marketed in a way that like stuck in my own room, and that's what the lyrics were about. I would even say that, like, in terms of expressing that feeling, Zico's Any Song was also touching on that idea of like everything is the
Mm.
same, it repeats, isn't it? So I think there were various songs that attempted to address that feeling.
Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe I do have a quarantine anthem, but it's not new because I reconnected with one of my favorite songs, which really just hit the mood of how I've been during all the pandemic stuff, which is "Home Is Far Away" by Epic High.
Oh,
Because like it
great.
feels it feels like home is far away because I can't like my home is seeing my friends, seeing my family, and all that stuff. It's not where I live, and because that's so far away, whenever I'm feeling down, I just listen to that song and I can just let it out. It's really great.
Oh,
That, by the way,
well,
everyone should listen to that song. I think it's a masterpiece.
absolutely. It is a masterpiece. First of all, I am definitely going to listen to that song, and all the armies and BTS fans that are probably watching. Since we know that BTS are massive fan of Epic Highs, I think this is just like a double recommendation, right? Like
Mm.
it's BTS recommendation, band's recommendation, so what's not to love? And I think in terms of the quarantine songs, many people said that this song is very comforting to them. And as far as I heard, I have to Google this, Alicia Keys made a cover of this song.
Wow. Okay.
That that's interesting. So I think, yeah, there you go. Alicia Keys' cover of BTS song "Life Goes On" gets appreciation from the K-pop band and their fans. Very interesting. So apparently, basically what she did, that she kind of like paraphrased the story so that she used a translation and then created English lyrics to it. So
Hmm.
I'm going to check that out. I think that sounds very interesting. But in terms of quarantine music, I'm kind of looking forward to what the album has in store for us. Because as far as I heard, they are approaching the quarantine mood and what they've been doing from various angles. So we might have this kind of mood returning later down the line. So I think let's wrap it up here. Or do you have anything else to add on to the how do we feel about the song?
No, confident with moving on. That's all good.
Absolutely. I think, by the way, guys, the reason is why we make these video shows, because we have so much to cover. But obviously, we're going to listen to this again and again, and probably, write more about it in the description and add all the subtitles to the video as well. That more of the things that we noticed. So stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.